Look, no camera is perfect, and this camera does have some disadvantages, but I believe all of these are workable, starting with this, base ISO. As I mentioned previously, the base ISO of this camera is 400 and 3200, but the one that you will probably use most often is 400. Most professional cinema cameras have a base ISO of 800. That includes the Arri Alexa, the Red Komodo, and the Blackmagic Ursus. The loss of one stop of light is not the end of the world, but will affect how you light setups. It also doesn't have any modern image stabilization features, such as IBIS, which you might expect to find in a DSLR. This is where the camera's design is confusing. It's shaped like a DSLR, but is more like a mini cinema camera. If you want features like image stabilization, stick around for later on in the video, where I show you a trick to achieve smooth images on the camera. Its body is also odd. If I put a lens on the camera and just let it sit, see what happens. I made a point in my introduction that this camera is the product of Blackmagic Design taking on board feedback from the last 10 years of designing cinema cameras. The Blackmagic 4K and 6K models look and feel like the finished article. This camera does look a bit like a Frankenstein's monster. With features added onto the original 6K body, it may have been better to design something that looked more like a Komodo. Like its long-winded name, the camera is a hybrid of many different types of camera. It sort of looks like a DSLR, but has the features of a professional production camera. But looks aside, it is powerful, and I wouldn't judge a book by its cover.